I seem to accumulate reference books like others pick up paperbacks on languages I don't speak and on subjects I don't understand. My Italian dictionary, for example, which I use mostly for musical terms, also gives a word for a woman with a not unattractive faint moustache, a word which I've forgotten, unfortunately, and have now no means of looking up, as there's no English equivalent. And did you know that Tsar Nicholas I was so impressed with Vauxhall Station in London that he had one built at Pavlovsk, which is why the Russian word for station or station hall is now Vokzal, the nearest they could get to Vauxhall. My copy of Fuchilla's South American Spanish dictionary has the word palomina, a young pigeon, or colloquial, a small stain of excrement upon the tail of a shirt. And it makes a change from the postilion has been struck by lightning. The Oxford English Dictionary tells me that a wallydraggle, or a tony, is the smallest of a litter of pigs, which is so much nicer than runt, and also that the verb to lib means to castrate, to emasculate, which perhaps explains women's lib, who will now immediately brand me as a male chauvinist wallydraggle. In Esperanto, which, according to its proponents, is the language for all nations, I see that the word for percussion is kunfrapo, Kunfrapo, which is perhaps related to the French frappe. But where did they get caneli from, Kneli, for a flute? And, oh dear, the important word to know in Esperanto is the same as the rudest word in the French language, and the even more important word to be, or being, in Esperanto is fart, F-A-R-T. I'm sorry about that, but there it is. Even such unlikely reference books as the Penguin Dictionary of Saints can yield amusing but totally useless information. In it you will find that when Saint Agatha was martyred, they cut off her breasts, which she is often shown in religious art carrying on a dish. And that's why she is the patron saint not of bra makers, but of bell founders, and has loaves of bread blessed on her feast day. And why? Because the objects on her platter were often mistaken either for bells or for loaves. And talking of food, if you look up Mrs. Beeton's household management, you'll find the recipe for a boiled trumpeter. And a trumpeter, in case you don't know, is a kind of fish. And earlier editions of Mrs. Beeton, which were as strong on household ailments as on aliments, have two consecutive items in the index, one reading kidneys braised, followed by kidneys inflamed.